Right now, very happy to have a Medford, Oregon musician on the line with us by the name of Ruby Blaze. Ruby, how's it going?
It's going really good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course, very much looking forward to it. And, I've been seeing that you've been playing around Southern Oregon for quite a while. When did you start with your career in music?
So, I've always been very active with music in school and, that kind of thing, high school. And I really started getting into playing out probably like 2000. I started having like little acoustic solo gigs and but I didn't start playing in Medford till like 2015. So.
Wow. Okay. So that was one of my other questions. Are you an original Oregonian, or did you come here from somewhere else at some point?
So I moved here when I was about 4 with my family from Redondo Beach, California.
Wow. So you've been here most of your life then?
I have. I did move up to Seattle when I was about 17, and that's when I started doing my acoustic stuff. But I always came back here. So
yeah, there's too much rain there.
Yeah, no, it definitely did give for some good songwriting. So
I bet. Yeah, there's been so many great songwriters that have come out of Seattle, man. I tell you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of my favorite places to be for sure.
And I know that you, when you perform under the name Ruby Blaze and you're out performing, do you do all originals or do you perform covers as well?
So I do mostly all originals. I've always just kind of wrote my own music. I'll throw in like a cover song here and there towards the end of my set, but it's mostly all my own songs.
Yeah. Do you have any inspirations, maybe acoustically, any singers or songwriters that you kind of look to for inspiration?
Yeah, so it's pretty much all my mom and dad's music. So I've got Joni Mitchell, Neil Young, CSNY, just a lot of, music from around the 70s and even some further back Motown singers in the 60s. I really, really love all those oldies, from like the Delphonics and Aretha Franklin, I have a wide range.
That's awesome. Yeah, personally, the 60s and 70s, I could be shipwrecked on a desert island and just give me all the 60s and 70s music and I'm good,
Yeah, no, it was I feel like I was born in the wrong decade.
Yeah, ditto. It's like, the 60s and 70s gave us so much like, psychedelic and pop and southern rock and blues rock and, rock, soul and like all the Motown and punk rock, all of it. So, yeah. 60s, 70s, we can live on that.
Yeah,
sure. It'd be a good diet.
Yes, yeah.
Let's see. I know you have an alter ego that performs in a band called Treebender. Is that something you would like to talk about, or is that something that you keep separate?
I would love to talk about this band that I'm in. I am very, very blessed to have a very awesome group of people that do music. So we've got the kind of Black Sabbath sound, and it's super fun because I get to get out of playing my guitar, because it's one of those things where you can't really focus on your voice if you're playing the guitar as much. So it gives me a chance to really let loose and, get my vocals going, because it's hard to play and sing at the same time. I'm sure you know.
Well, I don't. I'm not a musician. I don't play any instruments, but I noticed, my band has played with your band, and boy, you're a heck of a front person, that's for sure. So I'd hate to see you with the guitar if you're that dangerous without one.
Likewise. You're amazing. I loved that we got to play for you guys as our first show. It was truly an honor.
Yeah, back in March, the day they started saying that the pandemic was happening and people might want to stop getting together in groups, we were doing a gig together at the Black Sheep, and we were all nervous, what do we do? But we all showed up and played the show, and I call it the last hurrah because it was my last show on March 14th, and I'm just very grateful because there was a nice crowd there that night.
Yeah, no, it was a great show.
But
sure.
Do you want to throw out the names of your band members and Tree Bender just to give them a little shout out?
Yeah. So we've got David Valley on the drums.
Yeah.
We've got Dale Bentley on lead guitar and his wife Gina Bentley on rhythm guitar, and then we've got David Rose on bass.
Nice. Do you have any gigs coming up for Tree Bender or Ruby Blaze or both?
So I'm actually taking a break from solo stuff and kind of focusing on Tree Bender right now. And our next gig is on October 10th at Johnny B's.
October the 10th at Johnny B's. Who are you guys sharing the stage with that night?
For right now, it's just us. We haven't had any other band confirmations yet, but we are looking for one.
Well, lots of bands do listen to the show, so if you're listening and you want to contact Ruby Blaze, a.k.a. Trina Bender, they might need some bands for Johnny B's for October the 10th.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. And, we've got a song that you were kind enough to email over that we're going to play shortly called Loner, and would you mind telling us what that's about?
So back in 2010, I wrote this song. And it was about my mom and dad and kind of growing up and having this, want to have, your parents there or somebody just to comfort you because when you get older, it's you get lonely without, I was living in Seattle at the time and didn't have anybody really. I was single and it was just a hard time for me, so I just kind of wrote the song, and then I forgot about it. It was a garbage song for me. I didn't play it, didn't think anybody else would like it, but I had uploaded it to SoundCloud, and somebody listened to it randomly and loved it and shared it with me 10 years later.
Wow, what a story,
and I was
man.
And I was oh my gosh, I forgot about this song. And the reason why they had messaged me was because they wanted to use it for a YouTube mini series called Vulgar Fantastico. So they're going to be making this song the intro song to the show.
Well, congrats. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So
it's a very special song for me.
Well, good. I'm glad that we are going to play it, and I'm certainly glad that you made time to be on the show. We've been talking about it for a while, and we had to cancel back whenever, and but it's really cool to talk to you. Looking forward to October 10th. I hope you guys live stream that show too, by the way, for those that might not be able to get out there.
Yeah, they usually do on their page, so.
Nice. Well, good, man. Well, thanks for making the time, and it was good talking to you, and we'd love to have you on the show anytime. And
thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. We will go ahead and roll into your song. My friends, you're listening to The Church of Rock with Ruby Blaze on the phone from Medford, Oregon. Sister Tracy, what do you think?
Awesome. I can't wait to hear this.
Nice. Well, Ruby, thank you so much, and you keep rocking and keep us posted, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a great evening.